Alright guys, the Siser Romeo vinyl cutter first cut. We're going to set this thing up and we're going to give it a first cut. We're just going to dive into Leonardo Studio and see how easy or how difficult it is to use. Let's get this thing going. I'm excited. I hope you are. Let's go. I'm going to show you guys everything that nobody else showed you. Alright, so this is, as you guys see, there's no blade in here. And this is the blade right here. It comes in a packet, as you guys can see, and we have a few blades. Oh, this thing rolled under here. Jeez, trying to get away from me. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to put the blade inside of here. All right, so you go ahead and open up this thing right here and grab one of the blades from in there. And I think that you take this. This is the protector of the blade. You take this and you just put it in the tip because it's magnetic. If you guys look right here, it's just gonna sucked in there. Watch. See? It's just sucked in there. So if I push this part right here, you see the blade come out of the tip right there. But if I want to get the blade out, I just push and hold this, and then I pull that. I just put some lotion on, guys. So yeah, you just pull it. You know what? Yeah, you just pull it out like that. Gotta be careful because this is blade right here. It could cut you. But like I said, it's magnetic. So when you put that in there, it just gets sucked in. Alright, so that's cool right there. And this is my first time putting this in here. So obviously if the blade is down here, we're gonna put it in there, just drop it in there, and we're gonna secure this in. Alright, can you guys see that? I hope you guys can. So this rim right here has to go underneath this lip right here. So I'm just going to drop it in and see how it's on top. I'm going to move that so it can go below, and then after it's below, like it's positioned now, the rim of the blade is below this plastic piece. I'm just going to screw it in. Alright, screw that in, and that tightens it up and locks the blade in place. Alright, so now we have our cutting mat right here. So I'm just going to take the plastic off the cutting mat, and then I'm going to get one of the scrap pieces that comes with it, and I'm going to assume it's just like every other vinyl and the shiny side goes down. So I'm just going to place it on the cutting mat shiny side down. What's interesting to me is it seems like the numbers are arranged actually more accurately than any other cutting mat. Normally it's like 1, 2, 3, but this like counts from here on up. That's kind of like the way a regular graph would be. So I'm just going to go ahead and position it right in the corner right here with the shiny side down, like I said, and just drop it down on that mat. And we're going to feed it into our cutter. All right, so we got our pinch rollers right here. What I did to adjust the pinch rollers, you got to reach over here to the handle, push that handle down, and the pinch rollers raise up. After the pinch rollers raise up, you're free to move these three. All right, 1, 2, 3. You're free to move them side by side. And when you position the pinch rollers, make sure they are on any of these little, I don't know, let me tilt it forward so you guys can see, little black grooves. You got a black groove right here, black groove right here on the rail, black one right here on the rail, on the rail, on the rail, on the rail, and one over here. This pinch roller, does this one move? I don't believe, oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Okay, but I'm going to leave that where it's supposed to be, right there in that corner. All right, and to move the, let me see, was I supposed to, yeah, okay, cool. And there's a lever right here at the top. You put that down to lock that pinch roller in position. All right, and each of them have these little flippers at the top right here. Flip it up to move it, flip it down. Actually, no, down, it's still moving. What does up do? I don't know what that does actually. It seems like down would actually lock it into place. But let me see something. Let me see if I push the lever down, because right now the pinch rollers are up. If I push the lever up to put the pinch rollers down, but if I pick this up, can I move this one independently? No. So this functionality right here of lifting this up and down, I'm not sure exactly what this does. All right, I'm not sure exactly what this does, but okay. So that's not on a black line right there. So I'm just gonna release it one more time and go ahead and put it on a black line. All right, and put this down. All right, Now I'm going to try to feed the vinyl in. I'm gonna put, well, not the vinyl, but the cutting mat. There's these little bars right here on the side, these little arrows. If you guys can see the arrows right here, just line it up against the arrows right here. Butt it up against the wheels. See, it's jutted up against this wheel, and it's also jutted up against that wheel right here. Now on the screen, I'm just gonna push up. Here's our screen right here, so I can hit that up button. All right, up button to put the vinyl in, down to pull it out. All right, so I'm just gonna hit the up button, and it's gonna suck the vinyl, well, the cutting mat in, because I am using a cutting mat. Let's go ahead and push it. There we go, fed it in, and I'm just gonna position it over top of this vinyl right here. All right, so got it positioned. Now let's go to the Leonardo software. We already have it connected to our computer via USB right here. Our computer's right here, and we already have the Leonardo software loaded up. Let's jump inside the software so we can see how easy or how difficult it is to use. All right, we are in the Leonardo Design Studio software, guys. Let's take a look at, we just want to do something quick, like a test cut, like with a square. Let's do a heart. Let's do a heart shape. All right, so I clicked on this. All right, I click on the square. How do I, interesting. All right, let me cancel that. I hover above the square, and then I go to the shape that I want. Click on the shape that I want. It turned it to a heart, and then I'm just gonna drag a heart onto here. I've never used this before, guys. I'm just testing it out. All right, so now we got a heart. We got a black heart. Let's see how easy it is to color it. All right, so this stuff is fairly easy so far. All right, so we can go ahead and go around a color wheel like that, and that also changes the colors also. All right, cool. All right, that's fairly easy. All right, so let's put that right here. I don't know, because I put my cutting mat all the way in. I'm just gonna leave it right here. I'm gonna assume it's gonna start to cut exactly where I have it, so I don't know. All right, so boom, and let's go ahead and hit sample text, and we type our text right here, and let's go ahead and hit LOVE, just because that's the only thing I can think of. Hit apply. All right, so we put that on there, and we can go ahead and resize it just by dragging it. All right, and let's see if we can adjust this color as well. Let's see if we have the text selected. Can we adjust it? The text is selected. Okay, the text is different. Apply. All right, yeah, so you can adjust it. Okay, cool. So that's adjusted. All right, so now we're gonna Command A to select all of it. Double click, and I'm gonna hit mirror horizontal. So that flipped it backwards, just like we flip backwards if we're cutting vinyl, right? And now I have the design selected. I don't know why this exclamation point is here, but I'm just gonna hit send design. Let me go back a little bit. Hold on. Cutting mat 12 by 12, cutting mat, yes, 12 by 12. All right, so I mean that looks good. All right, artboard. I'm gonna hit send. No software license activated on this computer, that's fine. Send, and I'm just going to hit send again and see what happens. Okay, and now that comes up. Standard blade, cut tool, cutting tool, right, and then use Siser cut settings, right. I already did that, so I don't know if I should do that again. If I did that again, okay, so if I did that, it put it back to regular, so I'm going to uncheck mirror because it's already mirrored, and then I'm going to hit send to cutter. Now I'm going to hit send to cutter, but before I hit send to cutter, I'm going to aim you guys at the Siser so you guys can see what it does. If this does in fact cut this, then it's this simple to use this machine, and we're cooking on gas. This is just our first test right here. So let me give you guys another angle. I'm literally hitting send to cutter right now. No software license activated on this computer. Yes to activate. That's validate. Yes to computer. Register. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, I gotta register this thing before I send anything to cut. So give me a second, guys. Give me a second. All right, we're good to go. Just had to register this thing real fast because, like I said, it's my first time using it. So send, send, and send. All right, connect with USB. Send artwork to cutter. Ensure machine is ready. Tool blade. Yes. All right, here we go. Whoa. Wow. Okay, guys, it looks like it is in fact cutting. It did cut off of the mat just a little bit. I'm not sure why, but it looks like it did cut it accurately. It doesn't seem like I would have any problems right here as I'm looking at it. But just for you guys, let me just go ahead and take this off. And yeah, I'm gonna press down arrow key, and that feeds the whole thing out. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the vinyl off. And that cut too deep. This cut too deep right here, because it should not cut and leave the vinyl on there. It should have cut only through the mat. So only through the vinyl and not through the actual carrier sheet. So it cut through the carrier sheet. So these cut settings on this machine for this specific thing, I guess it's not Siser. These cut settings are not accurate. So I'm gonna have to go old school and find my own cut settings, because the cut settings that they have are not good. All right, not good. All right, but it did cut the vinyl. It just cut all the way through some of it, but didn't cut all the way through all of it, which is interesting. All right, so let's try again. Try again. Attempt number 2. I'll tell you what, though, guys. I'll tell you what. This is actually typical vinyl cutter stuff that happens when you have a vinyl cutter. You always got to find cut settings and stuff, and it could be, you know, I'm new, never used this machine before, so it could be a bunch of different reasons, but that specific cut settings didn't work. So we're going to adjust it. Back to design, send to cutter. All right, ensure machine is ready. Blade, yes. Oh wait, abort. It's gonna cut the same thing again. Jeez Louise. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to try something different, but it's okay. I'm gonna reposition it, and it did exactly the same exact thing. We didn't change anything at all. So in the software, I'm gonna see how I can change the cut settings. If I uncheck use cutter settings, if I uncheck that, then it gives me my own thing that I can adjust the speed and the force. Okay, so now I can adjust the speed and the force myself. I don't know what I should put this on. I have no idea. I'm gonna put the force on. Let me look at the machine and see what settings it has for Siser. All right, settings. Let me go back. Test cut. Easy read. Easy read. The speed is on 10, the force is on 15. 15 to me seems way too much force for easy read. I'm gonna put it on like, let me lower that down to like 6. All right, speed 10, force 6. All right, so let me leave that, save that for right now. Update. All right, that's easy to save. All right, so now now I can actually use the cut settings from the Final Cutter, because that's what I saved it to. So I'm going to select all, and I'm going to actually move my artwork a little bit over a little bit, and we're going to try this again. All right, so send to cutter. Yes, there we go. This thing cuts really fast and it's really quiet. I like that about it, but I don't know that I gotta play with the positioning and try to figure that out. But this time it appears to have cut a lot better. So let's try to weed this and see. Let's try to weed this and see. All right, so let me take this off of here. Yeah, the first one was too deep again, but the second one, I think we got it. I think we got it. All right, yeah. All right, yeah, I think the second one might have been it, or it might be too light. We'll see. We'll see in a second. All right. So I gotta tell you guys right now, I think the second cut is gonna be too light. I can barely see it. I think it's gonna be too light, but let me try to weed it. Let me try to weed it. Oh no, those cut settings work greatly. All right, so I'm just gonna. Yep, they work great. They work great. Just hard to see it. That's typical though. When you cut something, it's hard to see it. I didn't cut any box around it, so I'm just weeding my actual thing. But yeah, those cut settings work great. I had the speed on 10 and the force on 6, and it weeds perfectly. All right, so the Siser Romeo is a go, baby. First cut on the Siser Romeo is a go. I'm using this sample Easy Weed that came with it, and I just wanted to test it out for cut, just to show you guys my settings versus the settings that were, maybe it wasn't all in the machine already and I had adjusted it when I was playing with it the first time I showed it to you guys. But yeah, my cut settings worked great. The cut settings that I might have adjusted the machine to, or it might have been in the machine, did not work for me. So the cut settings I use, speed 10 and force on 6, and as you guys can see, did not break through the carrier sheet, and it just cut the vinyl. So we are cooking on gas, baby. We are cooking on gas. All right, so my first cut on the Siser Romeo, guys, I think it is very, very smooth. I think it's very, very fast, and I still stick to what I said before. The way it cut, it seems to me like the Silhouette Cameo and the Graphtec had a baby. I can't explain to you, but all right, so you know how the Silhouette is kind of herky-jerky and loud, and the Graphtec is kind of fast and smooth? This cutter right here, what I just witnessed, is silky smooth. All right, so the Graphtec is smooth. This is silky smooth. All right, so it's a little bit smoother. It's quiet, so we don't have that loud Silhouette Cameo sound that everybody hates. It's more like of a smooth glide digital type of sound, but it's very, very quiet, right? So we're definitely competing now with a lot of crafters, like the way that the what's the other cutter called? The Cricut, the Cricut. A lot of crafters like the way the Cricut sounds because it's not as loud. This is it right here. I've never used a Cricut, but obviously I've been told that it's lower in decibels than the Cameo, and the Cameo is significantly loud. It makes an irritating noise, very, very loud. This is not loud at all. You guys just heard it. You guys just saw it, me using it. It's not loud at all. So we're good as far as loudness is concerned. Speed and accuracy, very, very fast. Accurate when you have and any vinyl cutter, you got to have the cut settings right. You got your cut settings right. It was really, really easy for me to find the cut settings. The menu on the actual machine is what I set the cut settings at, and I saved it. So that's different, right? You can save it on here. You can select that I'm going to use the cutter's cut settings, or you can adjust your cut settings on here. The software, right? The Leonardo software was laid out and very simple. This is my first time getting in here and using this. I just recorded this video for you guys because I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to see if I was going to struggle with it. So this is my first time using it. I just jumped in there and you guys saw how easy I got it to cut. Minus, and you guys know that because I couldn't have cut because it wasn't even registered. I didn't register it properly. That's why I went to get cut and it wouldn't cut because the machine wasn't registered. So it's my first time cutting with this thing. You saw how easy the interface was. Now we're going to go, I'm going to spend some time with it. I'm going to go into detail using it more since I got some good cut settings. and I'm going to come back and we're going to play with the actual interface and show you guys what this can and can't do, what my reservations are. I'm going to try to figure out how to line this up properly, how to cut without a cutting mat, so we can do exactly what we were doing with the Silhouette Cameo and not have to spend money on cutting mats constantly, right? And I'm excited. I'm excited to get this thing up and running. I'm excited to show you guys more stuff about it. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and share this video out. And let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more videos on this cutter so I can roll them out and continuously roll them out on a consistent basis. But only if you guys let me know in the comments, all right? So I don't know what you guys want to see right now. I'm just giving you guys what I want to give you guys and showing you guys stuff that works for my business, right? And this right here is going to work for my business because guess what? Up front, we're going to be selling vinyl shirts just to show you guys and just to prove to you guys that vinyl is not going anywhere and people do in fact buy vinyl. So vinyl shirts will be for sale in the front of my store, and I'll keep you guys up to date on how they sell. All right, so stay tuned for that. Let me know if you guys want to see videos on this and on the software, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?